All right. See if you guys can hear me. I apologize, guys. I guess my thing wasn't set up right. Anyhow, welcome to Sports Night with the Jorge. Can you hear me now? Okay. I started with this, guys. Sorry for the mic issue. I guess technical difficulties. What I was saying is, you guys heard already that Tua Tagovailoa will be benched the rest of the season. Uh, he'll be he'll be benched completely. Quinn Ewers will come in. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And will take over. What I was saying earlier is 3 games for me is not going to determine what Quinn Ewers could do with 3 games. I don't think it's fair enough to evaluate him for 3 games. I don't think it's enough. That's how I feel. When you were 1-6, when you were struggling, you should have made the change. It didn't happen. By the way, Tua through this year, 20 touchdown, 15 interception. Uh, I'm not gonna break game to game, and I can tell you the games. His ratings were terrible. Even though the last game against Pittsburgh, he went ahead and threw a couple of touchdowns. But I'm gonna say something because this is my part of my review of Monday Night Football. Even though I'm a little bit late, it's already over. It's Wednesday. Uh, the lack of urgency from this team in the final minutes of the game in the fourth quarter. I guess nobody wanted to play. I mean, the offensive line took about 10 minutes off the clock for every freaking snap before they get to the line of scrimmage, which make no sense. Now, I'm happy that we finally opportunity for Quinn Ewers. What can he do? Well, let me say you right now, if the season was over, Miami would draft 11th overall. If they lose the next 3 games with the other team losing, Miami could go to number fourth. I don't think the Dolphins are going to draft a quarterback. I'll be sincere with you guys. I don't think they're going to draft a quarterback. Okay. Now they're building up for the future. Now there's rumors out there. If you guys can hear me, there's rumors out there saying that there's a possible a trade package for Tua. Is it true? Can it happen? Who knows? All right, but listen, this should have been done. And by the way, if you guys didn't heard it, Dolphins also released Ash Roger Matthew Jordan or Hudon, whatever his last name is. He got released also, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so we're building for the future. Well, we got veterans and rookies in this team. I'm not gonna blame the defense for Monday night. It was 7-3 by halftime. I can't stand. I really cannot stand the push tush. Uh, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But listen, at the same time, man, listen, I'm gonna root for this guy because I think Quinn Ewers has a better arm than Tua. I think he's more mobile than Tua. One thing I've been saying all year long to all my fans, and thank you for those that have subscribed to the channel. Uh, I appreciate that. It's been a long season. Listen, we could say this all the time. You know, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. It was a season of roller coaster. Uh, what can we do now? Look ahead of the future. Tua is not actually the future anymore for this team. Unfortunately, you know, I wish him the best. Uh, I'm not saying I never liked Tua. I did like Tua. Okay, I did. I think he actually did a lot for Miami, especially in 2023. Tyreek Hill, uh, you know, went down. He wasn't the same. Started the season with criticizing the players and all that enchilada you want to call that happened with his team. Media got involved and players upset from other teams and leaving the team and saying how bad we are. McDaniel was soft. So all that thing that came in play. Finally, they get it together at the second half of the season. Hey, Kapalov, how you doing, buddy? And they get it together. They get a winning streak of 4 games. They go to Pittsburgh once again. McDaniel 0-14, Tua 0-6 in cold weather. It's inexcusable, okay? Because these players in college playing football, yeah, Tyreek, yep. I mean, listen, they have played cold weather. The only thing is, I don't think this team was prepared, regardless. Okay, so now we bench Tua. Tua's not happy. There's report out there that he's not happy. Listen, it is what it is. Okay, you have to understand one thing. This is pro football. You got fans, and you got people that are invested in this team, and we want to win. It's been over 20 years we haven't won. Okay, over plus 25 years. Uh, I know that we might not get a new GM probably until the end of the season. I think what they're planning to do is, and listen, don't be surprised McDaniel be there. They're saying that the owner likes McDaniel, he's going to be there, but I have a feeling this 3 games coming up, it's going to be crucial for not Quinn Ewers. It's actually for McDaniel's. What McDaniel's could do with Quinn Ewers. Can Quinn Ewers be the bright star in 3 games, go 3-0, beat New England? Imagine we beat New England and New England. I mean, yeah, okay, the playoffs is over. We can't talk about playoffs. We talk about evaluating now. We talk about what's going to happen to this team. And I just sat down and thought about this, right? So, will you give A Chain the rest of the year, or will you put in Wright and Ollie Gordon? Now, A Chain, let me tell you, he's the MVP of this team. All right, A Chain should be signed, no questions asked. He's the MVP. He should be here next year, right? In years to come. You let him go. Now you have Ollie and Wright. So, yeah, and Aquaveo, I agree with it, but 3 games for me is not enough to evaluate. Why? Because it's a 17-game season. Of course, not. It's not the quarterback fault, right? It's not his fault because they decided to go ahead and hey, let's give him this 3 games. Let's sit Tua. Tua should have been sit down. I'm not gonna lie to you. With all these streaks that we were going 4 games in a row, Tua was not doing his job. It was all A Chain. It was the A Chain, the train A Chain. That's what gave us the winning streak. And you're right. I mean, yeah, exactly. See, that's what Abel said, and I agree. I think it's more on Mike now. It's not going to be on Quinn Ewers because let me tell you something. If we continue to win, unfortunately, I mean, right now, if the like I said, if the season ends right now, we picked 11. Trust me, there ain't going to be no quarterback available in round 11. So we're not going to draft a quarterback. We spend too much money with Tua right now. All right, it's a lot of money. Now, there's rumors there, Aquavale, that they're saying there's a package. There's three teams, and I can't get into details now. But when I get into more into it, I'll come up with it. There's three teams that would like to give a package to the Dolphins for Tua Tagovailoa. There's three teams for Tua to fit. But let me tell you something. The way that man's throwing the ball, because remember, you throw with your hip and you throw, he's floating the ball. So there's something I think physically wrong with Tua that he don't want to admit to it. That's on him. And I listen. I wish him the best. I'm not gonna come here and put all the blame on Tua. All right. The defensive game on Monday night, it was 7-3. I'm against that push tush. I've been saying this all along, guys. I'm a little crazy about it. When Rodgers, you know, went to the huddle and hiked the ball, and we had 12 men on the field. Did anybody saw the replay on that? According to what they saw, well, yeah. According to the replay, somebody said, yeah, Rodgers said there were 12 men, and they agree with what Rodgers said. So that game is over with, right? Nothing we could do. It's over with, right? So, but now it's concentrating on Mike McDaniel because now it's Mike McDaniel job. We know that Tua. I know he's going to be here next year, but I don't think he'll be the starting quarterback. I don't think he's going to be the one now, unless Quinn Ewers have three great games, beat New England, beat Tampa, and beat the Bengals, and he has a great game. Let's say he throws for 300 yards, three touchdown, one interception, whatever statistic he brings. Okay, that's going to open the eyes for the future of the Dolphins. Because right now the future is not Tua Tagovailoa. Unfortunately, that's uh, if you're going to blame somebody, you're going to have to blame Tua. Tua's the guy who did it. But listen, I agree with you, Aquavale. I mean, the Quinn Ewers decision should have been made, even though they were in this winning streak. But let's be honest, we were in the winning streak because of A-Chain, not because of Tua. I mean, I was looking at the numbers right now, and I didn't want to go into statistic. Look at these numbers. The last, streak of 4 games, right? 127 yards passing, 157 yards passing. I mean, what in the world? 171, 173. I mean, these passing yards, there's no way. All right. And then look at the touchdowns. All right. On this 4 game winning streak, 1, 2, 3 touchdowns in 4 games. It's not going to cut it in the NFL. It's not going to cut it. I'm sorry. Tua, I'm sorry. I know he came out. He's a little bit upset. He probably would like to finish the season. Here's the hard part for us as a fan. You're paying a quarterback $54 million a year to sit in the bench. Ouch. That hurts. But now you're looking at your future, right? Now, there's a lot of people out there like 305 Gridiron, Anthony, and me were talking about it. He says, what do I find in Quinn Ewers that I don't see? They don't think he's good enough. And yeah, everybody has their opinion. I don't get mad. Everybody has their way of seeing things. I don't evaluate people in 3 games. Okay, 3 games is just 3 games. Give me 6 games. Let's see, if he goes 3-3. See, with 3 games, he could go 0-3, or he could go 3-0, or he could go 2-1, 1-2, and it's hard to evaluate in 3 games, guys. And I say that because let's be honest, right? Because the moment we know that, let's say Quinn goes 0-3, well, he can't be our starting quarterback. But how do you know that? 3 games is not going to determine. I mean, he's learning the system. Okay, he's been there. He's learning the players. That's something that it's going to take time to develop. Now, if Quinn shines against the Bengals, and by the way, I just heard news that quarterback from the Bengals might not play on this game either, Joe Burrow. That's something that came out too. they're thinking about now. Imagine Joe Burrow in the Dolphins uniform, right? But that's not going to happen either. That'll be nice, but when you don't want to, you don't want to play no more in this league, and you lost the passion of playing in this league, then you must move. You must move on. Losing could take a toll on anybody, guys. You lose confidence. You don't feel like playing. You know, you get angry. It gets to your emotion, and the first thing that comes out of the player mind, man, trade me. I want to leave. And all those things that happened to the Dolphins, man. And then we all got hyped up, and I did too. Man, 6-7 going to Pittsburgh, one more win. They're still alive. They're hanging on. Yeah, you see, and you're right, Abel. That's what I want to see. I want to see, to be honest with you, I want to see Quinn Ewer says, I'm taking Tua's job. This is my job. He's gonna have to work next year to get his job back. And that's where I think the battle will start next year. All right, because Wilson, you pay $6 million to Wilson. And by the way, I just heard that Tua is also the third string emergency quarterback if something happens, which I hope nothing happens to the kid. I already know, man. I think the guys. Let me see. I seen Quinn Ewers in Texas. He's not a bad quarterback, guys. Maybe decision making. That I think that comes by experience and building confidence as you play game to game every week. I think he's good. I think he's better than Tua. I'm sorry, people say, George, how can you say that? He has a better arm than Tua. He's mobile than Tua. You're talking to Tua that had hip surgery. You're talking to Tua that had concussion. Of course, anybody can have concussion in this league if you get hit. But let's be honest, guys. I mean, I don't know why, man. I just got a feeling that this is protecting more McDaniel's job, putting Quinn in there. Because I guarantee you, if Tua was still in there, I don't think McDaniel will be here at the end of the year. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think he will either. Yep. And I feel that way. I feel that way. I feel that if that happens, man, I think this GM, which if if Miami decide to go to another general manager, I'm gonna say this right here live on my podcast. I don't think McDaniel will be coaching though. I won't. Even though they said the owner loves McDaniel, I don't think he'll be coaching us. Yeah, I mean, I believe it too, Diaz. I don't believe he will be in the roster either. I believe, I mean, he's going to be there because he has a contract and Miami's not going to lose. But if Miami could take that hit, regardless, right now, they're what, 20 million over the cap, whatever. I mean, they had basically had no money. I'd rather take the hit and get rid of him. And I'm sorry. And I say, hey, man, I wish you the best in another team. But there's rumors out there. There's a package out there, I think, from three teams about Tua Tagovailoa. Now, if you tell me these teams are crazy if they do that, I think they are because they know what they're getting. Uh, let's be honest, man. He's not a healthy quarterback. He's not the same. I know you might say Tyreek Hill was a factor. You got great receivers. You got great tight ends. You got great running backs. I felt that he didn't felt comfortable or confidence of what he had. Now the running back field, yeah, you hand off the ball. I have no problem with it. You hand the ball off to A Chain, Ali, whatever, right? It's okay. But when it comes from the offensive line to the front, I don't think he has trust in his players. And I'm sorry to say, and I don't want to sound negative about it, but that's how I feel. I feel that he had the chance, the ability to say, hey, man, I got this new group. I don't have Tyreek Hill. And remember the beginning of the season, how we started. The gossip, the rumors, the bad talking about Tua. A person that never used to say that. Blame other people, the meeting, apologize to the players, apologize to the fan. All this that came in together. There it go. At the end, he finally felt it and said, "Oh my gosh, This is one of his worst career that he has ever had in the NFL. So now you ask yourself, is he really a good draft pick with the Dolphins? Remember who made this pick? He's no longer with us here. Greer. Greer made this pick. All right. Flo was not happy about it. Flo did not want the guy here. Now you ask yourself why. But here's the thing: you move from the past. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he's still be in Miami because of this $54 million contract and his contract that he signed. But here's the thing, Abel: would you bench a guy for $54 million, or you rather trade him, cut him, and take the hit? I'm gonna be sincere. I'll take the hit. You built what you got around you right now because it's gonna be a long season for the 2026 Miami Dolphins. I mean, how do you feel? Will you cut him? Will you keep him? Because I don't think he has a choice. Because you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to bring controversy because the moment he don't start in 2026, and let's say that I'm gonna bring this up there. Let's say Quinn Ewers go 3-0. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Take the hit because you know what? Let's say Quinn Ewers go 3-0, and let's say he throws for 900 yards in these 3 games, over 300 yards a game, and let's say they I'm using an example. I'm just throwing an example now. I might be exaggerating. Let's say he throws for 900 yards, and let's say he throws for let's say 12 touchdowns and 3 picks. Just 3 games. Listen, there is a battle in 2026. Who's that quarterback? It's not going to be Tua. So, yes, I'll take the hit, buddy. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for you have done. Move forward. Thank you. We're going the young way. Now, will you keep Wilson? I don't keep Wilson. You're paying $6 million to a backup quarterback. Now, we might keep him if they want to resign him. Why? Because I don't think Tua's going to be here. Like you said, I think I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit, trade him. Hey, man, you know what? Thank you so much. But man, I look at this roster. This roster is not as bad as we think, guys. Uh, Here's another thing that just came up too, and I don't know if you guys probably heard it already too, because you guys are Dolphin fan. You guys on top of the news. We continue to win. We want to have a defensive coach either. Weaver might be heading for a coaching job. All right, so I give credit for the defense picking it up at the end. I give him credit, how they turn it around. The group of guys, because you got a group of veterans and group of youngsters together. I'm proud of them. Really, I'm very proud. I mean, it's not easy to to actually play in this league. Okay. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I just said that. Yeah, he was released. Matthew was released today, and I guess they released him because of the bad game that he had against Pittsburgh. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what happened. But you know what? I don't blame that because if you're down 28-3, where's the adjustment? Where's the changes? You know what somebody told me today? Now that you say that, Aquavale and Abel, that you're here now. This is what I heard from a fan today. Well, at least he threw 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Yeah, but you saw how long it took him to throw 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter? He ate the whole freaking clock. I mean, it's like the lack of urgency of all these players up going forward. Like, I don't care. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, and it's pretty sad, guys. I mean, what you saw in that game in the final minutes. I mean, what happened to the 2 minute drill, to the hurry up offense? It's sad that yeah, the 0-14 cold weather. Yeah, he's 0-6. Well, this is what I'm telling you. Um, yeah, yeah, that's right. Garbage touchdown. That's exactly what it is. That right there, it shows you that he threw two touchdowns to this tight end Waller, just to show everybody, hey, I still got it. In, yeah, well, I don't think you got enough, buddy. This is something you put there. You know what I said? That's for fantasy players, fantasy football players. Like Aquavale make me laugh when he says, "Oh man, I missed my 2 point conversion. He missed my 2 point conversion." Well, you know what? It's sad. It is sad, guys. This actually did not save his job because you came in the fourth quarter and gave us a performance. Like I said, you played 3 quarters with 20 minus yards in the third quarter, minus 20 yards. Only figure out 3 points at halftime, down 7-3. You threw for what, 50 something yards, 57, 52, correct me if I'm wrong. And you decide to throw over 200 yards in the fourth quarter? Come on, man. Come on. When you're already down 28-3? That make no sense. And then McDaniel, that's why I feel McDaniel, I lost $20, he said. Oh, listen, man, I'll be honest with you, man. It's sad to say it, man. I mean, he came in the league. We as fans, we were so hyped. They gave the kid an opportunity. I mean, and listen, that guy was Fitzpatrick. Okay, Fitzpatrick, win and toe flow. It's time for the kid to shine. Had his rough year at the beginning. I mean, even though Waddle, and another thing, what happened to Waddle? What has happened to Waddle? He's supposed to be the number one. I'm sorry, I changed the subject. He's the number one receiver. Tariq hit. I'm sorry. Waddle's not the answer, guys. I'm sorry. If you're the number one guy, you should be taking over. What happened? That's why I believe it is scary in Miami. He said, "Damn, Aqua, yeah." Aqua told me. He told me on his live podcast. I said, "Aqua, you shouldn't you shouldn't have bet on the Dolphins." He started laughing. I mean, listen. I mean, what happened to Waddle, the Penguin? What happened to that connection with Tua and the Penguin? Yeah. I mean, what happened to that connection? Now I ask myself, how do Waddle feel? All right, been playing with Tua since Alabama together. I don't know. I mean, both from Alabama. I mean, what's going to happen now? I can tell you, I don't think Tyreek Hill is coming back. I mean, I don't think Dolphins are going to be able to pay that money. I mean, they won't be able to. I mean, it's going to be tough for the Dolphins in 2026, guys. It's going to be very hard. Okay, it's going to have to be a year that I think we as fans is going to have to swallow this, whether we like it or not. It's going to be a difficult year. I mean, I don't know the schedule. I don't know, but I don't think McDaniel's going to be here. And if he is, guys, wow. You know, it's funny how they say now, Mr. Genius finally figured out the running game. All right, so watch this, right? Hey, boy, you're right. You shouldn't. I, I told him to. I sent back that to chat to Aqua. I said, Aqua, you shouldn't do it, but he did it. Listen to this. It's funny, right? Yeah, and exactly right. The NFC North and the AFC, exactly. So my thing is this, right? So it took McDaniel exactly how many games to know the running the ball. So here's a question, and you guys, I know all you guys saw the game. How did Miami started the game? Throwing the ball. Well, so much you told me you're gonna establish the running game, and you throw the ball 3 times, probably run it once after. I don't get that. I said this: run it until you prove you can stop me. Well, once you put 28 points, you're down 28-3. Let's be honest, you can't run it no more because now you got to play Mr. Catch up time, boy. And I really want to see Quinn Ewers guys shine. I really do, man. I really want to see this kid. show people that really have doubts. Oh my god. Oh man, it's all right. I mean, it's hard, man. It's sometimes I have no words, man. I mean, it's just what happened, man. What happened? 4 game winning streak. Fans are pumped up. We are so excited. We want to see what we got for the future, next level. Now we're gonna see it. Now you decide to sit, and I wonder if that really came from McDaniel or it came from upstairs from the GM. That's one thing I would like to know. If that's really McDaniel decision or the GM decision. Because let me tell you something. The love is over between McDaniels and Tua. I hate to say that with their romance, and I'm just joking, guys, when I say that. You know, and I guess they figure it out. I mean, I heard Tua talking, and he's not happy, and I understand he's not happy, and that's okay. That's part of football. You struggle. You pick yourself up. Unfortunately, he can't pick himself up because there's only 3 games left. So, is it the right move? Yeah. Is it too late? Yeah. But what can we do? Evaluate, right? Evaluate what we have, see what we have, and building up for the future. Listen, Jordan Brooks, man, my God, we got so much good players in this team, so much talent. Well, there you go. There you go. I mean, and listen, I believe what Omar Kelly said because listen, if this is the way you're gonna show up and you want a playoff hunt and you want to show the fans how true, because listen, I'm not a person that jumps on the bandwagon and then jumps back out the bandwagon. I'm a true Dolphin all the way through. Same thing as Aquavale, all the way through. Probably same thing as you, Abel. I don't jump ships. But man, you're doing so well. You got a streak going, right? You take these players, 2 days after, to the stadium to play under the cold condition. All right, and you saw the videos. Most of you guys saw the video, and it's amazing how you come out flat. Just came out flat, you know, and it's sad. All right, buddy. Enjoy. I'll be checking you out, Aquavale. I'll be going your direction in a few minutes. So thank you for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it. So I mean, I uh I feel that it's time. If Tua's bench, it's time for McDaniel's. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know the owner loves him, Abel. I know the owner have confidence in, but I think this new GM with thank you, buddy. I'll be there, buddy. And but I think this GM, and I know he's only temporary GM. I know this GM is not gonna do nothing because we might get a GM. Who knows? Maybe it's gonna be Kelly. Maybe Kelly might stay as a GM. Who knows? If Kelly stays, I'm gonna say McDaniel's not gonna be here. I'm gonna say McDaniel's not gonna be here because I don't think he's gonna tolerate all this. Unfortunately, Tua. Let's be honest. Tua just faced reality. All right. Tua just got smacked and just faced reality. All right, National Football League, we signed you $212 million contract, $54 million a year. This is your performance. You see, the issue I got with this is Abel is they probably didn't set Tua down because of what? Because of all the money he was making, and they're gonna say, "Wow, you're benching a guy that's 54 million." Well, guess what? He got benched. I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly told McDaniel, buddy, you got to make a move here. I think your quarterback needs to have a vacation, a 3 week vacation coming up. Yeah, yeah, I heard that too. But I know that if Kelly's still the GM, I totally believe that Kelly would turn around and tell Ross, listen, I might be your temporary GM, but this coach ain't gonna make it either. And Tua, it's not the answer. 6 years in this league, man. 6 years. Best year 2023. His best year overall. Came close, not close enough. And then Mr. Genius figured out, hey, let's do our bread and butter, run the ball. Too late to run the ball. I mean, you gave us a 4 game winning streak. Actually, let's be honest, Abel. A Chain gave us a 4 game winning streak. Wright also gave us, because I give credit what credit's due. Wright also run for 100 something yards in that game against the Jets, over 100 plus yards. That's the winning streak. So I don't know why people are giving kudos to a guy that really, let's be honest, oh yeah, he's a genius. Oh, I believe he's a genius, but I also believe that he makes a lot of mistakes. I believe he does. And right now, you know, yes, 3 out of 4 were bad teams. Exactly right. And and I'm a firm believer, okay? Because I learned this from actually Don Shula. Don Shula used to say this: no matter who you face, you got to win in the National Football League, no matter what the record is, right? So let's look at this for a second, Abel. Let's say Miami, and I'm using an example. Okay, this is an example. I know it didn't happen. So instead of Miami going 1-6 in the first 7 games, and there's 6-1, right? 7 games. So they were 1-6. So now they're 6-1. Give them the 4 game winning streak. That gives them what, 10 and so they play yeah, it'll be 10-1. All right. Regardless who they play at the end of the year, or I mean whatever, uh it doesn't matter because this is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so they're 1-6, started the bad year wrong. Now they're 6-1. So if right now they'll probably be in first place, and then if they face, let's say they face the cold weather Pittsburgh Steelers and they lose, here's this was funny. We're gonna say, oh, it's okay, it's a loss. It's a loss because they have a good record. They're in first place. You see where I'm coming from? Okay, this is why it's important to win every game in the National Football League, whether it's a bad record or a good record. Because at the end, listen to something that I try to tell everybody to understand. The Dolphins lost to the Ravens. The Dolphins lost to the Colts. The Dolphins lost to New England, of course, their divisional rival. And they lost to the Chargers. If all these teams are ahead of you, there's no way you're going to make it to the playoffs because you lost to each one. Now, let's go back. We should have beat New England. We should have beat the Chargers. Okay, the Colts, we would have won. The Ravens, we should have won. But the other games, yeah, we should have won. And that's the part I don't understand. If we would have won that game, we would be talking here a different story. But we didn't. So that's what I believe that every schedule, every team you play, and you said it, it's going to be tough for Miami next year. going to be tough to schedule next year. Oh, that's right. And they should have beat the Panthers. They led 17-0 in that game. They blew it. So, and there we go. So if you look at those victory right now, we should not be talking none of this. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But you gotta beat your team. I don't care. You gotta go. Now, did I say you go undefeated? Oh, that'd be nice if you go undefeated. That's not gonna happen. But man, right now, we will be sitting nice in second place because New England look good. So I give New England an advantage on top of us. We should be in second place and probably a Buffalo Bill in third place. My God, we beat Buffalo 30 to 10, whatever. I mean, come on. You beat Josh Allen. You know how hard it is to beat Josh Allen? That's probably one of our best playoff games, if you say that. I mean, you beat a rivalry team. Now you're going to New England in the end. This is where I want to see Quinn Ewers beat New England in New England and show McDaniel, hey, you could beat him, but McDaniel's what, offer against Grable, and that's something that I believe that we might end up 9-8. I don't know, or maybe 8-9. Who knows? Maybe Quinn Ewers win us his two games. He does at home, then goes to New England. I mean, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. It is the hardest thing that we as fan endure with this team, man. Man, we love them. We support them. But my God, this is what we get in return. I was hoping them to beat Pittsburgh, able, and we could still be talking playoffs at 7-7. Uh, but it's sad to say it didn't happen that way, right? So I don't believe the GM getting upset. Listen, going back to that, don't be surprised that the Colts will lose all their games. Felix River, actually, Aquaville love Felix River. I love him too, but at the same time, let's be honest, man. 44-year-old. I mean, he did pretty well. He came back. Faced Seattle. Great game. The 17-year-old kid hits a 60-yard field goal. He thinks he has the victory. Here comes the Seahawks. Run down the field. Picks up the first down. The other guy hits a 56-yard field goal. They lose. I mean, they started 8-1. Now they went downhill. That's probably going to be that would have been probably one of the biggest thing the Dolphins if they would have won Monday night. And of course, I know you got the Chargers ahead of them because they beat them. You got Houston is playing good ball. Houston defense is amazing. But now we can't say much anymore. It's over with. Nothing we could do. Just look forward for this team. See what we have for 2026. Listen, man, I feel, I feel hurt. I really do. I feel hurt because, you have a quarterback. You built a future. You can't say you built around him because you did. You bought in Tyreek Hill. All right. You bought in John Smith. All right. Uh, One thing I'm gonna say for sure, and I know you're gonna agree with me with this 100%. The only thing that I believe Greer did not help this team is built an offensive line for Tua. Period. If if you think this year because he picked up the draft pick, the Hawaiian guy, what's his name? That guy has his name a few minutes ago, and you pick up a Brewer, you pick up Daniels from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't know what to tell you, man. That did not help this team at all. It just did not. The rookie is rookie. He's making mistakes. That's normal. Okay. Same thing. We got Grant as a defensive player. Uh, let's be honest. You got to be honest. And it's not that we are a bad team. It's just that we're a bad organization, making the wrong decisions. All right, Greer is gone. Great. I'm okay with it. But now, what are you left behind? A mess. There is a mess in this front office. There is a mess. And what can we do? I don't know, Abel. You know, I'm gonna say this, and the owner said it. We're not starting from scratch. He said it. The owner says, no, 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 no. This is not a rebuilding team. Then what is it? If it's not a rebuilding team, I'm sorry, Jonah. It's the guy I was talking about, Jonah. You bring Jonah and you bring him in, and listen, he struggled at the beginning. He got better. I mean, you got Brewer at center. Like I said, you got players. You got Jackson coming back from injury. My gosh. Okay, finally we went to a six-man front. That was I think Steve Smith idea, the offensive coordinator. Uh, you got to give credit where credit's due. But man, come on, man, come on. You should have built an offensive line a long time ago, and we will not be talking this trash here today, which is actually trash because that's what the team is. They look bad. They just look bad, and I'm sorry to say that. And I don't want to bash my team because I love my team. I've been a Dolphin fan since 1972. Born in 1966, where the franchise started. And you see this happening, guys, and it hurts because you say, "Wow, 25 years playoff drop." And how many coaches we've seen from Flo to McDaniels. I mean, come on. Somewhere down the road, this got to stop. You need a true leader, a guy that's going to, really, really take charge, get respected, okay? Get the most out of their players. Listen, this is why, and I'm not a Bill Belichick guy. Listen, I'm not a Bill Belichick guy. But he takes the best of his player. Grable, same thing in New England right now. He takes the best of his players. And if you're not playing, what the heck, you just go to the bench. Exactly. Abel, you hit it right on the dot, buddy. The reason why he picked an emergent, and you can't say better than that, is because they knew if I don't pick an offensive lineman on this draft, the fans are going to go nuts, are going to go crazy. Now, I'm not saying that Jonah is a bad guy. Listen, he's a rookie. He's learning. Okay, it's going to take him a couple of years. Listen, let's look at the what's his name? God, I love him a lot. Uh, Teron Armstead retired uh, due to a lot of injury. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it, Baba. I believe that. Uh, you 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 built let me go back. You built a chemistry, right? Towards this player, right? And you get these players from draft, from linemen to left tackle, right tackle. Uh, Jackson goes down. God, what's the guy? The other guy, the big guy, Paul. That's it. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I'm forgetting name. Paul. Paul is having the best probably career because of Teron Armstead. What he teach this guy. So unfortunately, Teron retired, right? So Patrick Paul, all right. I call him the Samoan brother. All right. So you got Jonah, but why are you taking this player and moving them in wrong positions that they don't play in this league? That's another thing. Listen, I understand injury, but you're changing all these players around. So how does the quarterback feel? Do you feel protected? All right, like you said, Greer put in a lineman for a reason, right? He put this lineman in. He picked up Jonah so he could shut the fan base out. Hey, they're picking offensive lineman that's going to protect Tua. The kid struggled. It's a rookie. He struggled. But now I look at this offensive line. Yeah, you're right. Dump McDaniel. That's my other thing, guys. That's that. Listen, this 3 games is not about Quinn Ewers, guys. It's about McDaniel, Coach McDaniel. This is why I believe that the GM Kelly will say, "Hey, man, might go to Ross, buddy. I know you love the guy, you love Tua, you love McDaniel, but they both got to go." So, I'm going back to what I was saying about my offensive line. So, from day one, if you knew, and I'm going to say this, you knew Tua concussion, you knew Tua hip surgery. Okay, this is in college before he came to the NFL. Why you did not surround Tua Tagovailoa with a great offensive line? What you did? Listen, you guys might get mad now. We got Tyreek Hill. Not taking nothing wrong by Tyreek Hill. Great, great football player, right? We don't need Tyreek Hill. Let's be honest. Waddle got sicky when Tua got here. Waddle had a 1,000-yard season. Waddle had a good rookie year. He had Gasicki. He had Wilson. I mean, let's be honest. So then you sign Tua. Ramsey. I'm sorry. I'm not a Ramsey guy, guys. I'm sorry. This man went ahead, and what he did, and we're talking about the GM Greer, extended everybody contracts, even McDaniel contract. Why do you extend everybody contract and John Smith, a tight end, which we should have kept, to be honest with you. We should have kept John Smith. Then you get a guy that's retired, Waller, which, listen, I'll give him credit, came back from retirement, played for Miami, went back to the injury. I mean, what are we picking up? Let's be honest with you. It sounds like baseball. I'm not going to lie to you. It sounds like baseball. Hey, let's see who's a free agent. No, let's see who's injured. Let's see who's in that bucket. Let's pull the name from the bucket. Oh, in this bucket, we got Waller. And this bucket, Ramsey. You know what? Ramsey was bought here to bring a championship. Tyreek Hill came down here to bring a championship. I'm going to tell you what happened. Their ego went too high. McDaniel went to Ramsey. And listen, I know I'm changing around a lot of stuff. What did McDaniel do? He went to Ramsey, got mad at Ramsey and said, "Hey, man, you're a captain. You need to talk to your defense." What's wrong with that? Why Ramsey gets mad? Tyreek, it's all about me, me, me. Well, unfortunately, I'm sorry what happened to his injury. He's a good receiver. Nothing against Tyreek. But let's be honest. Okay? You building a foundation, not of leaders. You're building a foundation of what? Of people that criticize, don't want to play. They're selfish. They're individual. The ego's too high. And they think that, hey, man, as long as I get my contract, I get my money, I make my 10, 50 catches a game, over 100-something yards and 2 touchdowns, I'm good with it. See, we don't need that in this team. We don't need this in this team. If there's a captain in this team, I'm going to tell you who's the captain for me. It's A-Chain. It's not Tua. That C on his T-shirt, might as well take it out. Because the C, it's actually, and God forgive me I said this, and Lord, he knows me. That's C for coward, not C for captain. It's C for coward. You should be a leader of this team. Listen, you are a quarterback. It's the same thing. You fly in an airplane. You have a pilot. A pilot take care of his crew. Without the pilot, you can't fly in your airplane. Well, God dog, what has Tua been doing the last 6 years? The reason Tua had 2023 the best career, let's be honest, because Tyreek Hill. That little dink and dunk. Throw 5 yards, Tyreek goes 100. Throw 5 yards, Tyreek goes 50 yards. That's all it was, guys. That's all it was. Him and Waddle, by the way. I give credit to Waddle, too. But listen, you can't say that they didn't build around Tua. They did, but they didn't build the offensive line. Oh, I'm sorry, Abel. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I felt that way. And it's not because I'm angry or I'm upset with the team. Listen, we have a passion. We love our team. We want to win. Okay? We're tired of 25 years, man. 25 years of what? Of misery. Are we going to continue in 2026? Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to say yes. We got one more year with this. I'm praying to God it doesn't happen. Now maybe you say, man, wow, I don't believe it. Well, I said it because I feel that way, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody or disrespect Tua. I mean, he's a great person. I'm not gonna tell you he's not. He's an individual. But listen, you get paid to do a job. You get paid to do a job on the field. And if you cannot perform, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, listen, uh, that's why you're the captain. Well, I'm sorry. Take that captain out and put the word coward because, listen, you didn't show none of us, the fans or anybody, that you really care. Okay? How many? Okay, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy, right? Because I'm not. And I'll tell you why I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy. I love the guy, I love his career. But what do Aaron Rodgers does? He goes to the sideline and he's screaming at his players. He does. He does. He goes to his player. He goes to his wide receiver. He's in the middle of the field yelling to the tight end when he dropped the ball. He did in this game on Monday night. He told the guy, "What are you doing, dude? Why do you run that route?" Tua needs to get in these people's faces. He doesn't. He goes to the sideline. Oh, okay, whatever. Take the helmet off and go back to the sideline and go behind McDaniel. He sits right behind McDaniel like this with his hand crossed and wait for the defense to see if they do something. I want to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is we're gonna be into a rough year, Abel. And as positive as I am very positive. Yeah, yeah, Baba. I believe you 48 years. Imagine me, man. I, and I told this story to everybody. 1972, my dad took me. I was 6 years old. Took me to a freaking Dolphin game, which I'll be honest with you, I tell this story to a lot of people and they start laughing. Take me to a stadium, and all I saw was a dolphin in the swimming pool going around. And when I looked to my left side, I was on my left or my right side, I see this big young man with a dolphin helmet and with a dolphin in there. I said, "Oh my gosh!" My dad said, "This is real football, George. This is the real game." Now, I'm saying that we have a Don Shula. No, Don Shula is a different era. Football was played different era back then. Now, football is physical. Now it's 17 games, not 16. Preseason, what? It's what? 2 games, 3 games? Used to be 4 games. Now I heard that the 2026 to 27 season, they're about to add one more game. So now it's an 18-game season. I mean, what are you doing? No wonder you got injuries. I mean, I guess the NFL needs. It's NFL revenue. Uh, it's tough. It is tough. It is tough. Yeah, I started hearing about the bill. Yeah, you're right. Oh, the Bills and the Jets, and I feel bad for. Listen, the Jets. I mean, I feel bad for them. I do. And now we have New England. Now New England's back on. I mean, you know what's funny? New England leaves. I mean, Belichick leaves, and now New England's on top. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Abel. You're right. You know, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard, man. I hate to sound this way because I sound like I'm frustrated, and it's not really frustrated. It's just 25 years. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, if we get listen, I'm gonna go back to this. I would like to see Quinn Ewers get these 3 wins, not to save McDaniel job. Because if this happened, you're gonna see a light bulb light up that they're gonna say, well, how do you did this with this guy and you couldn't do it with this guy? Well, Tua is a different quarterback than Quinn Ewers. We know that already. The arm strength goes to Quinn Ewers. The mobility goes to Quinn Ewers. We know Tua cannot move. And listen, I'm wishing him the best. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna come here in my podcast and say, "Hey, man, the guy is junk." No, he had a great year. Good evening. How you doing? Thank you for joining in. I'm not gonna say that he had a I won't say a bad career. All I know is his past injuries. Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you. Um, his past injuries, his stuff that he has gone through as a player, I understand. Okay, it's a process playing in the NFL, right? You know you're gonna get hurt. Miami Dolphins knew from day one what they were getting: a guy with a hip surgery, a guy with concussion. Right? I'm gonna go back to this, and I hate to go back to the past because it's over with. Okay, so you knew in the draft pick what you were getting. So if you knew what you were getting in that draft pick, why Greer did not decide to protect this man? Why Greer didn't try to do something to say, man, we have a quarterback that's injury pro. Let's be honest. That's what you signed for. Now, second of all, why did you extend the contract? Thank you. I appreciate it. Why did you extend that contract? Yeah, well, the good thing about Cincinnati that I heard of, I heard that the quarterback is not playing. It's a game team, I think, game time decision with Joe Burrow. That's another issue they're dealing with Cincinnati. That's right. That's right, Abel. Flores told Greer, don't do what you're gonna do because it's not gonna be good. And what did he did? I don't care what you did. Listen, the difference between Flo and McDaniel is this. Ready? And I said this a while back in the podcast. Whatever the owner and the GM tells McDaniel to do, he's doing it. But when they told Flo, I need you to do this, Flo said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You could do whatever you want. Now, once again, who's the coach in the football field? Who's the guy in charge in the football field of the team, of the roster? It's your head coach. I know the GM as part of it. Hello? If I'm the coach, I don't want that guy. Why did you give me that guy? Why did you do it? Now I know that we actually skipped Herbert for Tua. Now, can Herbert be a good fit for us? I think he would have now. Now I remember when they faced each other and Tua beat Herbert, and the conversation about Tua and Herbert was going on. Remember that? Year after year, who's better? Who's better? Who's better? Who's better? Now look at now. Look who's better now. And what did they did in to the Chargers? They changed their head coach. Harbaugh brother came in, and what he has done since he came in to the Chargers, built his quarterback and said, "Hey man, we got this. Tell me what you need." And we now they did trade players, they did lost players, but here's the thing. Okay, you knew what you got from Tua. From day one, you got drafted. They knew it. And Flo told them. And what happened? They cut Flo. They get McDaniels. And now look what happened. Now, the credit I give McDaniel, let's be honest, Abel, that he took Tua and made him who he is. Now, I'm going to use this phrase that you guys are going to laugh. You seen the movie Frankenstein, right? You build the monster, and now you can't stop the monster. But the monster is actually failing you. That makes funny, right? It sounds kind of funny, right? So Frankenstein builds the monster, gets a table, builds the monster. He comes out, and then the monster starts going crazy, and then he can't stop the monster. That's Tua Tagovailoa, guys. And that terminology, it might sound funny, but that's my terminology. Okay, now you can't stop the monster. Why? Because that's it. Let's be honest and truthful. He's not good anymore. He's not, and that's that he's not good. His hip injury. Why? Why would you think about this? Why would you sit Tua Tagovailoa the last 4 games of the season last year because of a hip crack, according to what they said, right? Quote me if I'm wrong. He has a little fracture on the hip, and we want to take precaution and sit him for the last 4 games. Man, right there and then, what the Greer was thinking, what was McDaniel thinking? Dude, you're gonna wait till that heals and he's gonna start. Look what happened. Here comes this year. That guy's terrible. He can't even throw the ball 50 yards. He's throwing with his hip. He throws like a air ball, like a duck ball. You can see it on the run, on the fly. He's not the same. What else can you see? He's not the same guy. I say, wow. The party over about Baba Vilo. Hey, listen, I got a good one for you with Tua Tagovailoa name. I can't put it up because it didn't sound too good. That's a good one. The party is over. It is. It is. It is, Bob. I mean, it is. It is, man. Listen, I wish the man the best, man. I don't want nobody to fail in this league, but you have to understand, man. It's like a full time job, Baba, and Abel's gonna agree with this. It's like a full time job. They come, they pay you, you make your 40 hours a week, but they want you to produce. You have an accountability. You have a responsibility. Okay, you come to work because you have to come to work, right? And you got to build confidence. You got to do the moment that your confidence goes down the drain. When you got players telling you, "Hey, man, I don't want to play for this guy. This is terrible influence." How do we start the season? Okay, the moment that Tyreek Hill goes down, the moment he comes out and say, well, and before the season starts, before he goes down, he comes down. What he says? Well, if I was him, he needs to apologize. It's not your freaking job to who he has to apologize or not. That's in the past. This is the new season. Why don't you build confidence? Why don't you build your team and say, hey guys, we're gonna get together here. We're gonna go all the way. Okay? But no, he has to decide to come in. People don't show up to meeting. People don't care about meeting. This continue. And then you have the coach. You have a coach sitting with a freaking GM announcing in the end of the season, and you guys know this is true. Well, we have a culture change. Listen, I have not seen the culture change. You're not gonna lie to me as a fan, or you're not gonna lie to your fan around you. There's no culture change. Second of all, oh, it's my fault. I should let people not go into meetings. I apologize. I mean, people should be responsible for meeting, and they were. Hello, man. Hello. You think if I'm the GM and I got that guy right beside me telling me that, I said, buddy, you're fired. I don't need this guy in my staff. So, to be honest, Greer and McDaniel should have get fired that same time, that same day that Greer got let go. Unfortunately, they decided not to put a interim coach and ride this with McDaniel to the rest of the season. I mean, that's the same way you tell your boss, hey man, you know what? I came to work and I don't feel like working. Really? Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. Because you pay to do a job. Where's the accountability? There was never one. What made McDaniel afraid of sitting Tua Tagovailoa? You are the coach. You are the head coach. You have the right to tell Tua, have a seat, buddy. You're struggling. You're having a terrible game. You wait after you have a 4-game winning streak. You go to Pittsburgh. Listen, the moment is 7-3, and I know that he did not move the ball in that third quarter. Buddy, have a seat, man. Let me change this. It's called adjustment. Now, whose fault is this? Who makes the adjustment? Tua Tagovailoa or McDaniel? There it goes. So, this is why I believe McDaniel is not going to be here. I believe so in 2026. And if he is, guys, get ready for a long ride. What might keep McDaniel, and I don't mind having him as an offensive coach, as a running back coach or offensive coach. It's him continuing to run the ball and HA being successful, Ollie Gordon being successful, and Wright being successful. Yeah. I mean, it's tough when we have our starting quarterback finally being benched after 3 games left of the season. You should have thought that a while back. Now you're expected to sit him down the 3 games of the season. You should have set him down half of the season. You were struggling already 1-6. Why you waiting so long? You gotta try something, see if it works out. I'm not saying everything it's gonna be bright and shiny and it's gonna look good, but you got to give players opportunity. My God, you got Wilson sitting in the bench. Now, is Wilson a good quarterback? Listen, we know Wilson struggled with the Jets, okay, and you could tell that to Aaron Rodgers, uh, and the coach too. But then, listen, it's okay to sit your quarterback, your starting quarterback. You know what they were afraid? They were afraid of $54 million sitting in the bench. Well, those $54 million is sitting in the bench. That's Mike Greer's situation. Why do you extended his contract? Why do you give more money to that quarterback if you know he's not his potential right now, what he's doing right now to the field? You know what he did? And I'm sorry to say this, and Tua, and this is Tua taking accountability. Uh, we really lost because of you. We're not playing well because of you. Now, you want to blame everything on Tua? No, because our defense had the struggle. Our defense also had the struggle. We signed, Grant to come forward, the defensive tackle. Oh, he's gonna be another Wilkins. We're gonna have the best front seven. We're gonna did it happen? No. It took the front seven all the way to the end of the season to show how good we are. Think about it. And that's something that I said to myself, wow, it took you all these games to show that that's how good you are. Football, guys, football is a difficult sport to play in a sense. It takes a commitment. You're committed every time you hit that field at 1 o'clock at noon or 4 o'clock game, okay, to commit yourself 100%. Shot and miss at 305 good onion. Hey man, I love those guys, man. I love 305, man. They're cool, buddy. They're cool, man. But listen, it is so hard, buddy, but I appreciate it. It is so hard, okay, that you have a commitment and responsibility. When I was leading you off in a football field on Monday night, on Sunday night, on prime time, on Sunday 1 o'clock game, you have an accountability, a responsibility. Did you love what you're doing, or you don't love what you're doing? Because if you don't love what you're doing, then what the heck are you playing football? What are you doing in the field? You know, my mom, she told me something long time ago. You don't need cancer in your team. And I'm not judging any kind of personnel, any kind of person. Okay? But when you have cancer in your team, you got to get rid of it because the cancers spread. Listen, I believe in one thing, and I've been saying this from day one when I started my podcast in sports. You have a 53-man roster. Why in the heck you're not using it? Why are you not giving another person opportunity? Why are you not giving another? Why? Because you know what? He's the leader of the pack. Well, let me tell you about leader of the pack. The leader of the pack is not always a leader because he's like me and you. We're human. We make mistakes. What caused McDaniel to decide to sit this man now after 3 games? Listen, probably that's the best move he could did besides the other move he did, which is amazing, which it wasn't him, it was Frank Smith who did it. Hey, dude, why don't you go with a 6-man offensive line instead of 5? Go 6 men up front. That wasn't McDaniel the genius. What has happened since that happened? We're running the ball. We actually lead the league in running and rushing on the second half of the season because A-Chain was just trolling everybody. And then does McDaniel get the credit for that? Really? He don't. He doesn't. But now you decide why? Because now McDaniel says, "Man, I'm gonna have to man up. You should have man up from day one. Not wait to 3 games in the season and you feel like, hey man, now I decide to do this. Listen, I'm happy that you're giving a quarterback a chance and opportunity as Quinn. Because listen, 305 gridiron, and that's Anthony, and we're gonna laugh because Anthony was laughing with me. He goes, I don't know what Sports Night and Jorge has with Quinn, because I really don't think he's good enough. Exactly. Abel, that's true. Listen, let's look at Shadur Sanders, all right? And I'm not a Shadur Sanders guy, right? He's in Cleveland, all right? He's in Cleveland, all right? Uh, the quarterback is for Cleveland, which I like him too. Gable or Grable, whatever his name is. Yeah, he gets. It's catching on, right? So here we go, and we put the guy in. The guy plays. Listen, the media's gonna say whatever they want. Media comes out and starts saying, "Oh man, he's not a quarterback. He's not good enough." Yeah, why try? That's right. Give me 10 minutes. Give it an A chain and don't throw the ball. Bubba, you're right. Don't throw the ball the whole game. So watch this, right? So it's funny. You push it through Sanders. Oh man, he had a bad game. He only had 125 yards. He's so terrible. Well, give the freaking guy a chance. Then he throws what? 4 touchdown passes. Okay, lose the game. Had over 300, almost 400 yards passing. All right. And then what happens? Oh man. Well, how do you build your future? You build your future with players around your future that you know that has talent, that wants to win. You got a running back field. You got a wide receiver. You got an offensive line. I'm not worried with Cleveland defense. I'm not even worried about it. I use Cleveland example. Why? Because you give a guy an opportunity. Yeah, the wild card is back. Yeah, yes, right. The wild, and I wonder who they got that from, huh? From the Miami Dolphins. How about that? From college, of course, to the Dolphins. And what happened to that? Listen, since the Dolphins scored 70 points against Denver Broncos, what has happened since? Because A Chain had a good, and that tells you right there, it calls team to make adjustment. Team that say, wow, man, this is amazing. We can stop this team. The moment they stop the Dolphins, after scoring 70 points and averaging 20 points, I think all the way to the end of the season, what did McDaniel did? What did the others? Where's the adjustment, McDaniel? But now, like you said, Abel, now every team is doing it. What every team doing it? Look at the Giants. We got Russell Wilson. I don't care about Russell Wilson. Put the rookie in. Yeah, but I don't care if we win or lose. Put the rookie in. Okay, let's put him in. What did they do? Fire the coach. Get him out of here. The coach got fired. The coach just got fired. Get out. See, that's what I should have done with McDaniels. Well, you ain't working it. Get out. Get out. All right. You don't want to bench Tua? Okay, I get somebody else that can bench Tua. And now he benched him because the reason why he benched Tua, I'm going to be honest with you, and we know that the McDaniel job is on the line, and I believe so. I'm 100% sure that his job is on the line. Why? Because if he thinks that Quinn Ewers is going to save his job, no. I'm going to tell you what Quinn Ewers is going to do. He's going to show what he could do in the National Football League. And the moment that Quinn Ewers start doing so well, we are going to come around and say, and listen, I'm going to tell you, 3 games for me is not enough. I'm sorry to say that. It's not enough. But if Quinn Ewers throws for 900 yards in these 3 games, and I can tell you, 14 touchdown, 12 touchdown, 3 interception, my God, they're going to tell McDaniel, where have you been lately? Well, everybody's going to say, well, it's only 3 games. That's why I say it. Because you're going to have fans that say, but George, it's only 3 games. That's why I wanted more games for Quinn Ewers. Come on, you put him against Cleveland. What do you did? I mean, you put a guy out there with pressure. You're already down big. And you thought, and then what's everybody said? Well, Quinn Ewers it's not the guy. My God. I cannot believe that if you put a quarterback for 1 quarter, that's his career. How many quarters in football? 4 quarters, right? Well, give the guy the ball for 4th quarter. See what he has. Give him a chance and opportunity. But no, you were riding with a shift. with the same shift. You're riding with a fish with Tua. You got the Tua. Well, Tua is no longer salty. Tua is no longer salty. Your tuna fish has completely finished. Let's be honest. And I know it sounds funny. Now let's give it to Quinn Ewers and see what he has. Man, sometimes you get your emotions, you get your stuff together, and you want to get it out there, and you really do want to get it out there. Yeah, the Wildcat is back in the style. You're right. It is. And you know what? People are gonna do able like Baba said too. People are gonna do whatever they need to help the ball club and change this. You got to make a change. I mean, what Tua has been doing the past 4 or 5 years? Dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You know what's funny? I remember when Tyreek Hill said this. Man, Tua has a better arm than Patrick Mahomes. Okay, just because he threw 50 yards? No, but he threw 10 yards, you ran 40. That makes it 50. But anyhow, I'm not gonna say nothing. He did throw a couple of deep passes. He did. He did. But what happened since the hip injury? Man, if that ball goes 30 yards, you'll be lucky. Have you seen lately the receivers have to wait till the ball gets to them as Tua throw that floater? You tell me if I'm not watching the same thing you're watching. Doesn't that give you a red flag, McDaniels? I know you love the guy. I'm not saying you don't. I know he's your top quarterback. I understand. But the last time I checked, you got 3 quarterbacks in your roster, including Tua. So, can I give somebody a chance here? Thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate it. Uh, Listen, as a fan, and I'm gonna say something truthfully as a fan, and I know that Abel is gonna agree, and Baba's gonna agree, and we are tired of losing. We are tired of the media saying how bad we are. We can't win in the cold weather. We are tired of how soft we are. We are tired of saying you guys are unprepared. You guys are not ready for any prime time game. Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, whatever. You're not guys are good enough. I think I'm gonna say this. This organization, believe it or not, needs to show respect to the fans, especially those loyal fans. They are Dolphin fans. I'm gonna say this. I'm one of them that I don't mind win, lose, or draw. I'm still a Dolphin. But I'm gonna tell you something. In 2026, and I'm gonna say it straightforward here, live on my chat, and I appreciate Abel being here, Baba being here, Aquavale being here, uh, Sanja also being here. You owe us something. You owe us probably more than a playoff game. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not content with a playoff win. You got to show us a divisional crown. You got to show us, and I said not only a playoff win, and you got to show us a Super Bowl ring. And I'm going to say it right here in the same year. I'm not content by you coming in next year and win your first playoff game on the road at home. Don't care. Don't know about you guys. I don't care. It's been 25 freaking years. 25. If it's 7, 5, 10, I'm okay with it. but 25 years that the fan base is tired. Yeah, it's going to take a couple of years. You're right. The fan base is tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. What I want to see is a team that could go out there on Sundays, Thursday night, prime time, regular time, I don't care, that could compete 4 full quarters. Not the first half, not the second half. Compete. Whether you lose or win, that's not what I'm talking about here. Okay? It's amazing how you want your fans to get involved, to be in your games every Sunday. Buy a season ticket holder. I used to be one, but I'm no longer in Miami. I'm now here in Georgia. Okay? We deserve more than this, guys. You could get in a podium, in a press conference, and say, hey, this is what we got. This is what we have. This is the supporting cast we have to make it this far. If that supporting cast is not good enough, it's not good enough for the fan base. If you want to keep your fan base, you better start putting W's in the win column, in that scoreboard, in that standing. Here's what I'm going to say, something that I'll bring something up too. How in the world the New England Patriots, and yes, they are our allies, same thing as the Jets, our enemies, what you want to call it. How in the world they already have 11 games with a coach that came in his first season? And you could say, oh, Mace is a great quarterback. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Because until Graber got there, he's a good quarterback now. Oh, but they got Stephon Diggs. So what? So what? How in the world this man goes in there? You know why? And I said it earlier. Players will play for a coach that really wants to win. Players don't play for a coach that don't care. Grable has one thing that McDaniels don't have. And he's not afraid to say it. And if you look at his press conference, the loss against the Buffalo Bills last week, okay? They were up and they lost, okay? Grable held or holds his player, whatever you want to call it, to accountability. Grable says, if you cannot play in this league, 2 ways, buddy. Hit the road or sit in the bench and you show me that you're going to get better. I feel there's nothing wrong with that. I feel there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm sorry about the New England Patriots, one of our enemies. But my gosh, you know what? What was the prediction of the New England Patriots this year? Man, if they win 5 games, 4 games, you're lucky. My God, they won 11 games. 11 games. That's embarrassing. And then the Dolphins on paper, before, of course, Tyreek injury. And I remember the moment we got Tyreek on board, this is a Super Bowl team. It was announced everywhere, ESPN, Sports Illustrated, you name it, CBS Sports. All these podcasters come out. My God, Super Bowl bound. Yeah. I'm going to show you where we're Super Bowl bound. Give me a second. Because it's going to make you laugh too. All right. On paper, we were Super Bowl bound. On paper. I don't need Super Bowl bound on paper. I need you to show it on the field. I don't care about this. Piece of paper. You make picks and prediction. So yeah, we signed a good smart head coach. Is he really smart? Now we know after 4 or 5 years, right? We signed a quarterback. We knew already from year one when we got drafted what we're gonna get into. I'm not knocking him down like saying, hey, he had his best years in 2023, when his best year. Lead the league in passing. Just because he had great receivers back then. And then you have a coach that decided his fifth year, sixth year, oh my gosh, I got a running game. You had that last year with A Chain. Have you guys seen A Chain average per rush? Thank you, I appreciate that. There's nothing you could do with paper, but there's something you could do on the field, and that's play football every freaking Sunday. I'm gonna say it again, guys. I believe that Coach McDaniel will not be here, and if he is, guys and girls, get ready for a long season, because I expect we're gonna have a long season in 2026. I would like to say something positive about the Dolphins, and I really do. I love my team with all my heart. I really do. I've been following them since 1972. Don Shula, Jimmy Johnson, Dave Wannstedt, uh, Nick Saban. What a mess! What a mess! Back then, Nick Saban, we could have Drew Brees. Never happened. Never happened. This franchise never did it. Imagine Drew Brees. Thank God we got Dan Marino for Don Shula. Dan Marino. I mean, I look back at Jim Jensen, Joe Rose, the Killer Bees. Did anybody remember that? The Blackwood Brothers, Patrick Surtain. Now you're saying, well, George, you're talking the past. We're not in the past. We're in the future now. Well, I think you should go back to the past and learn a little bit more. My God, if we would have had a Campbell as a coach, yeah, regardless of the not it's gonna be a long season. Yeah, it's gonna be a long season. Abel, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We're gonna have to probably hold on for what's coming in 2026. I believe in miracles, and we and we're gonna need a big one in 2026. I'm gonna say this. I hope Quinn Ewers win these 3 games. I really do. Uh, don't know if, because it's early to predict, right? Don't know if Quinn Ewers coming in 2026 and Tua as your former starting quarterback, as now your backup quarterback, the moment they hit that field, buddy, your job is not secured. And I don't think it is now. You're going to have to compete with this guy. Now, what's going to happen to Wilson? I don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah, I mean, and listen, my thing is this to Bob, Bob, if you keep Quinn Ewers and he have a great season, man, will McDaniel ruin his career? Will McDaniel would he help Quinn Ewers the way he helped Tua Tagovailoa, because he built Tua Tagovailoa. McDaniel did build Tua Tagovailoa, made him who he is. Now he just can't stop him because he's not that good. And when you fall in love with a player and And when I mean fall in love with the players, you've been there what 5 years with him, 6 years, and listen, it's okay to say, hey, buddy, step back. All right, you have a good night. Thank you so much for coming in. Blessing to you too. Thank you. I'll be checking your videos tonight too. Thank you so much. Uh, listen, I just hope, like I said, I just hope Quinn just say, hey man, 2026, you're gonna have to beat me for this position, because this is my position. Because now McDaniel is gonna have a controversial thing on his hand. Hey buddy, you've been with Tua 6 years, but now you have Quinn Ewers. Don't be surprised, like Abel said. I'll take the hit. If I have to release him, trade him, whatever I have to do, I'll take the hit. I'd rather take the hit for 2026 and look ahead of 2027, what we have. Because I can tell you right now, our cap space money is up the roof. If the NFL ends today, we picked 11 on the draft, which there'll be no quarterback available. That's for sure. But I just say hold on to your. Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, nobody's talking about it, but and I know Abel has heard it, and probably you heard it too, Baba. His injury, his hip injury. How do you throw the ball? It's with your hip. Where do your strength come? From your hip. Without your hip, you can't throw the ball. You got to move. You got to be mobile. Look at these sacks that he took last night. The sack that he took on Monday night. What would a veteran quarterback do? Throw the ball away. Why are you taking the sack? So the mobility, you're right. That is an issue for Tua Tagovailoa. Big issue for Tua. Listen, the offensive line has played so well coming down the stretch. You got to give him credit. You do have to give credit there. See, now my thing is, how will this offensive line play with Quinn Ewers? Hey, how you doing, Lori? Welcome. Hey, sorry what happened to your Chiefs. Don't feel bad. It happens to our Dolphin too. We out of the playoffs. Feel bad for Patrick Mahomes too. I really felt bad for his injury. I mean, what can you do? Wait till 2026 and 27, see how it goes. But thank you for joining in. I'll be checking your channel too also. I've been so busy. And by the way, congratulations on your monetization. So I'm happy for you. Thank you so much for the hearts. Going back to what I was saying, Baba, what you were saying, this league, this league is getting too physical, right? On the defensive side, the linebackers are faster, the pass rusher are faster, the defensive end are quicker. So you need a quarterback, first of all, that could take the pressure, a quarterback that could be mobile, and a quarterback that could throw deep. Oh, you're welcome. Uh, all these intangibles Tua don't have anymore. Why? Because of the concussion, because of the hip surgery, because of the hip crack that he had, whatever crap. I say crap, but crack. It's funny. And did not play 4 games at the end of the year. What was the Dolphin thinking of extending this man contract? He's already injury pro. I mean, what kind of thought now? I'm gonna give you that thought real quick. That's why Chris Greer's not here. But my thing is this: what is McDaniel doing here? You know, yeah, I got a lot of information there, Lori. But yeah, I'm gonna check yours too. I gotta go check everybody tonight. Hopefully, I can check everybody tonight and tomorrow. This whole weekend, I'll be doing that. I have college football coming up too. We have playoff games this week. I think tomorrow we have one, and we have one on Saturday. So I'll be checking on college football. But going back to the Dolphins, man, McDaniel's. Listen, we we in, like Abel said, we in for a long 2026 season. I just don't want to see the schedule. I mean, if we continue to win, our schedule going to get harder, regardless. If he wins his next three, man, which I hope he does, and I do it for Quinn Ewers, I really want him to show a lot of critics in this league, okay, that he could play pro football in the NFL. And you cannot do that without giving him a chance and opportunity. Now, I'm gonna say it again, and I know I'm repeating myself. 3 games is not enough for me, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll evaluate these 3 games. Let's see what he does. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, because that's what they're saying, right? If Quinn is not the guy, who is? Sure ain't Tua, and ain't sure is also Wilson. So, can we go back to the same thing again? Draft a veteran quarterback out there that's available. Let's look at Donald for a second. Donald that playing for Minnesota Vikings. Used to play for Minnesota Vikings. What a season he had. They failed the playoffs, right? But then he goes to Seattle. It's amazing. Yeah, at least we got to see him. And that you're right, you're right, Abel. But let's look at Donald for a second. Donald played for Minnesota. He played for the Jets. He was terrible. He goes to Minnesota. What a season he had. Remember those three teams? Minnesota, was it Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit? 3 teams with a best record in that division. It was a heck of a division a year ago. They let him go. He goes to Seattle. Look at the year he's having in Seattle. Amazing. And what does it take? It takes chemistry. It takes a freaking coach. It takes a head coach to say, hey, man, let's do this. Hey, that's a good one. Give Andrew Luck. Listen, didn't they call Felix River, 44 years old? They call. Thank you for the hearts. I mean, they call Felix River. He was sitting on the bench. What's the other guy that from that plays Cincinnati? That used to play for the Cleveland, the quarterback. He was home sitting on the couch. And listen, he remind me of what's the pitcher for the Yankees, Mariano Rivera, as a relief pitcher. So they get this guy from the couch. Hey, come over and play for us, for the Bengals. Baba. Well, I don't think Andrew Luck is going to come back. No, Andrew. Listen, that's the only thing I'm worried about. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. And let me talk about Joe Burrow. And I know we're talking about Tua here. And I come back to the other one I was going to say about the guy from Cleveland and now he's Cincinnati. Flacco. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, buddy. Joe Flacco. 44 years old. These guys, but he's amazing. I'd rather take Flacco right now. And now you might disagree with me, but anyhow, let me go back to this. What has happened to Joe Burrow? He gets interviewed. And watch this. Watch how the pressure of the NFL, watch how the fame and the, you want to call it the ego of the individual. You smoke your cigar or tobacco. You won the playoffs. You had a great season years ago with Joe Burrow. What has happened to Joe Burrow lately? Look at the injuries. Look at the injuries. Oh, yeah, bring Dan Marino back right now. Now, watch this. Joe Burrow, after the injuries, he comes in the media. He says, man, I just don't feel it anymore. I don't feel the love and the passion. Listen, buddy, the pressure is on. Why? Same thing as Tua. You got paid big bucks. You got drafted up there to come to the Bengals. What happened? You are the leader of the pack. And now you can accept that pressure and build that pressure. And now you decide to say, you know what? I don't think this is for me. I think it's time for me. That's what Andrew Luck did. Andrew Luck said, hey, buddy, if I don't have the passion or love of playing football anymore, I'm just going to let it go. It's not there for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now you have Joe Burrow Young guy, injury pro lately, injured, comes back, beat the Ravens. Was it on Black Friday? If I'm quite sure, Black Friday, or was it Thanksgiving Day? I forgot what it was. I think it was Black Friday. He beats the Ravens, faces the Buffalo Bills. He's up by 14 points. He throws a pick six, and then suddenly he decided to come back and says, "Man, I just don't got this." There's pressure. There's pressure in this league. That's why you're the head of the house, right? And when I mean you're the head of the house, you're the head of the football team. You're the captain of the. So if you're the captain of the ship, either you sink with the ship. Go ahead, buddy. Thank you so much, man. I'll catch you later. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'll be here. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy your dinner, man. Take care, buddy. So at the same time, it's called accountability. It's called responsibility. Why you don't want to take that? That's what they pay you for. That's why you Joe Burrow. And listen, you got Higgins, you got Lamar Chase. Okay, you probably have a bad defense, but you have a great offensive line. So, what has the NFL done to? I'm gonna say with the NFL. The NFL has ruined a lot of athletes around the league because of what? The pride, ego. They pay you to. They pay you enough money, and they expect you to win every Sunday. It is a pressure built, Baba, that it is hard to win in this league. I don't expect you to win every game. You give me a 10-7 season, 11-6 season. I mean, if you give me an undefeated season like the Dolphins, I'll take it. I really take it. But it's so hard now to play in this league because the pressure is on the quarterback. What is a quarterback? The leader of the pack. He starts your engine every morning. And your players follow by filling up that engine with oil. You want to call whatever you want to call it with. I'm just using the terminology to keep it running. But if you don't have that surrounding with you, you're not going to make it in the NFL. See, Joe Burrow said, "Hey, no, Joe Burrow got weapons. He got Higgins. Remember, they had the running back and Mixon, and they let him go. But he had a running back. He has two great receivers. He got Gasicki as a tight end. He has a heck of a team. Unfortunately, it's not his fault because his defense is that bad. Okay, so I'll go back to Tua. Tua also had the team. Tua has the player. The only thing Tua never had it was offensive line. And who do you blame? Greer. So, we could talk about this all night. But now I'm gonna say this: a new era has begun in Miami, and I expect that Quinn Ewers, the best, he could show us what he could do in 3 games. I'll be proud for him to show the fans, hey, I'm here with you. Let me win these 3 games. Imagine if the key game I want him to win is at New England. I know it's going to be a cold weather thing. And that'd be funny if Quinn Ewers will beat New England in the cold weather. And they say, oh my God, we have a backup quarterback that just won in the cold weather. And Tua has been here 6 years and he hasn't won one single cold weather game. Do you imagine that? That'll be probably the news of the century if that happened. And it's going to be there, ESPN. All these people say, wow. Imagine if Tua could do that. Now, your next 2 home games are at home in Miami. It's not as cold as we think it is. But now you go to New England, it could be snow, it could be cold. Imagine Quinn Ewers winning a game in the cold weather. Who knows, right? But anyhow, I want to thank everyone. Baba, Abel, Lori, Model. Please check their channel. Aqua Veil, also check his channel. Listen, thank you so much for your support, guys. Listen, let's continue to be together. I'm gonna be here all year round until the season end, to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. I know we're not going nowhere. Uh, I'll be doing baseball, hockey, you name it, basketball. Yes, you see my thing on the bottom there. Laker, Oriole fan, but yes, I talk about all type of sports. If you're a Marlin fan, we'll talk about the Marlins. If you are a Laker fan, we talk about Laker. If you're a New York Knicks fan, if you're a Miami Heat fan, listen, I'm wide open for every sports. Not only I'm a Dolphin fan, but listen, I try to keep it plain and simple. Uh, I'm here to have fun, to interact with you guys. I love one thing I'm gonna say. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Bubba. I I love everybody. I want you to understand this, guys. My passion is love one another. Why? We support one another. Okay, we're living in a time right now that that's what we need, right? Yes, we could sit here and criticize, and that's okay, and we talk, and we have the rights to get mad and upset, and we see things that we don't love and we don't like. But at the end of the day, that's not going to change my heart for you or for my fans or for anybody. Because one thing I do show for sure is the love that I have for you guys and for the team and for what I do here. This is my second year doing this. It's not easy. It's kind of hard, but guess what? At the end of the day, the most important thing is the guy up there. If it wasn't for him, I would not be here today, guys. I will not be here today. But listen, love you from my heart. Always be here. Remember, fins up, and you guys have a blessed night, and see you guys next time. And remember, I'll probably go live for the college game. And by the way, before I leave, I want to show something here. This is the game. If you're a Hurricane fans, if you're a Miami fan, the Hurricane do play Saturday. I'll be live for that this Sunday. I mean, this Saturday, December 20th at 12 p.m. And there's a game tomorrow night, and I want to say it's Alabama, I think, playing tonight again. I mean, tomorrow night against Oklahoma. I want to be sure. Once again, the last ride for Tua Tagovailoa in Miami has come to an end. I believe it so, guys. I believe this is it. Uh, what else can I tell you? Uh, Unfortunately, the season is over. I mean, Quinn Ewers, can he take over and help this team and show that, hey, man, I could be the starting quarterback for 2026? Guys, listen, if he does that, what a blessing. Uh, I think the fans will be happy. The fans will be proud. They signed it. We made a change in that position, and who knows? There's a future ahead, guys. There is a future ahead, and unfortunately, 2026 is coming up down the corner. Uh, I mean, around the corner. Sorry, not in the corner. Around the corner. I'm sorry to say that. And listen, I expect 2026 for all of us a prosperity, a healthy, listen, year, and stay positive. Once again, fins up, and see you guys next time. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.